And that breaking news overnight, President Trump's tariffs taking hold as the president prepares to address a joint session of Congress. Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce has the latest. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, George. Well, it is a big day here for President Trump. His first address to a joint session of Congress since returning to the White House. He is expected to celebrate his cuts to the federal government, lay out his foreign policy vision, and tout his economic efforts as he puts in place these sweeping new tariffs on some of America's closest allies, sparking fears of a trade war. This morning, President Trump preparing to make his case to Congress as he ramps up the economic pressure on some of America's biggest trading partners, imposing stinging new 25% tariffs on all goods coming across the border from Mexico and Canada, and adding another 10% on Chinese goods.
Tariffs are easy, they're fast, they're efficient, and they bring fairness.
But economists warn it could raise prices for Americans as businesses pass on rising costs to consumers. By one estimate, the average American household could spend up to $2,000 more a year on everything from produce to clothes to new cars. Trump undeterred.
What they have to do is build their car plants, frankly, and other things in the United States, in which case they have no tariffs.
Overnight, Canada swift to respond. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau saying there's no justification for these tariffs and imposing an immediate 25% tariff on $30 billion of American goods, with more to come. China retaliating with an additional 10 to 15% tariff on some U.S. goods, including chicken, wheat, soybeans, and beef, and calling Trump's actions bullying behavior. Legendary investor Warren Buffett says tariffs are essentially an act of war.
I mean, tariffs are actually, we've had a lot of experience with them. They're an act of war to some degree.
The news Monday triggering a sell-off on Wall Street. The Dow down over 600 points. The S&P 500 posting its biggest losses since December. Trump insists his tariffs are meant to pressure Mexico and Canada to stop the flow of deadly drugs and migrants into the U.S. But less than 1% of the fentanyl seized coming into the U.S. last year came from Canada. Over the last month, both countries trying to negotiate with the administration. Canada appointing a fentanyl czar, Mexico deploying 10,000 troops to the border, and sending back criminals wanted in the U.S. Already, Canadians venting their anger. Booing the Star-Spangled Banner as the LA Galaxy soccer team played the Vancouver Whitecaps over the weekend. And when Trump first threatened tariffs last month, Canadian liquor stores ripped American whiskey off the shelves. Speaking to the nation tonight, the president likely to defend his move. He's also expected to revel in his remaking of the federal government. The man spearheading those changes, billionaire Elon Musk, will be there in the chamber looking on as Democratic lawmakers protest, bringing along as guests some of the very workers the administration has fired.
I want Donald Trump and Elon Musk, our co-presidents, to look straight at some of the people that they have laid off.
Now, the White House says the theme of the president's address tonight will be the renewal of the American dream, and they're promoting this as must-see TV. Meanwhile, Democratic Senator Alyssa Slotkin of Michigan, a swing state that Trump won, will deliver the official Democratic response. She's expected to reach out to working-class Americans and push back on the president's firings and cuts to the federal government. George.
Okay, Mary, thanks. And all of you at home can see the presidential address to the nation and the Democratic response tonight at 9, 8 Central, right here on ABC.